Howdy, everybody. I'm Jason Salas. Thank you so much for watching KUAM News Extra on KUAM TV or streaming on Facebook. We do appreciate you tuning in. Two friends of mine are in studio right now, and we are talking about a health forum that's going to be happening at GRMC, the Guam Regional Medical City, right down the street from us. Of course, the marketing manager of that very fine organization, Shalorna Laurent. Welcome back.
Thank you.
We haven't seen you in 4 days, but
yes,
you
yes.
can.
I always love coming here. So
exactly.
Thank you.
We've reserved. You've got your own parking spot at GRMC, I'm assuming, and then here as well.
Wonderful.
All right, and Nancy Barwick, a friend of ours,
yes.
fellow journalist,
So happy to be back here.
Published author.
Yes.
Yeah, and I must say, congratulations on that piece you did for the New York Times.
Thank you.
Very, very nice.
Yeah, it was an honor to get to try to represent Guam the best I could.
Yeah, and we appreciate. And if you guys don't know, you can Google it right now. Nancy actually did a perspective on Guam with the whole North Korea situation that was going on.
Yeah, they actually allowed me to just tell the stories of life here.
Oh well, very good job.
Thank you.
Yeah, very nice. Okay, so ladies, let's talk about the issue at hand. What have you guys got going on?
Well, we are so happy to have Nancy, collaborate with us in this event, and it's called The Family Diagnosed: Bridging the Gaps in Cancer Communication. Nancy will talk more about the book that she had published, but she had, based on this book, we wanted to have something for the community, and she's going to speak with our internal medicine doctor, Dr. Cabrera, as well. And interesting, because of the book, it kind of opened up this communication of, I think we need to somehow bridge some of these aspects or some of these problems that maybe families may have, maybe medical professionals may have about cancer communication, and that's how this came about. And so we're really happy to have this. It's open to the community. It'll be sometime next week on Tuesday, and so Nancy will talk more about what her book is and how it translates to what's going to go on next week.
And Nancy, yours, of course, is a incredibly inspiring story. It's a very fitting and wonderful tribute to your parents. Like, you put together a photography project.
Yeah.
That's not even a great way to explain it and everything like that, because it's it's a daughter memorializing her parents.
Yeah, it's I guess I kind of often refer to the project as sort of my personal journal from this time. Both my parents had cancer, stage 4 cancer at the same time, and I didn't really know what to do or how I could help. So as a photographer, I sort of ended up leaning on my camera and using it to help me better understand what I was going through.
And I like how you frame that, because it was, would you say, was it a coping maybe mechanism? And,
oh, absolutely.
I mean that respectfully. Or, was it cathartic to also share the moments that you captured, in frames of how you were feeling about, what their parents were going through? Because as Shalorna has told us and everything, the people that are indirectly affected by cancer, the immediate family members and everything like that, they have their own type of suffering.
Oh, absolutely. It's not to take anything away from the person who's actually sick. It's the whole family is diagnosed for sure, and so if there's any way that I can share my story and help someone else out there feel less alone, and maybe even empower them to want to be able to ask certain questions, or not let fear kind of hold them back, and maybe they can take advantage of the time that they have with their loved one and make it better. There can be a lot of joy and a lot of beauty that can come when you're thrown into this kind of situation.
And the images that you've captured in your book, they're very, lushly depicted, very, very striking. And even if you don't understand the context about the images and everything like that, they're beautiful depictions of your parents. And then if you didn't know, when somebody tells you, exactly what they were going through and everything like that, it really drives home how a daughter was really trying to support and honor, her parents.
Yeah, well, I was trying, I wanted to be an advocate for them. I had no medical expertise, but I knew how to be a daughter. I knew how to be a support network. I knew how to, be an entertainer. There were so many times when I was at the hospital with them, just dancing and joking around. But I also, the other
lifting
thing,
their spirits.
trying to lift all of our spirits. And I think it was just really important to also remember during that time that, as scary as it might be, for us, we were lucky because we had an awareness of time, and that was a really important perspective to have gained, because we didn't know how much time we had left, but we knew it was limited, and we were able to really live during. It wasn't about the cancer; it was about our family.
All right. Well, thank you for sharing once again. So, Shalorna, you used a phrase moments ago. I'll admit I've never heard, but it's brilliant when you say cancer communication, and so often the cancer treatment is always expressed in medical terms or, you know, like
Yes.
very, very complicated things, but not often is the psychological aspect, you know, like really touched upon. So it's a good thing that you guys are actually bringing that to light.
Yeah, I think one of the most important things that when Nancy and I were talking about this is not only bridging the cancer communication between the patient and the family caregiver and the medical profession, but maybe even just bridging that gaps between the actual patient and the family member themselves. I remember when my father went through his treatment and I ended up being his caregiver, I only wore the caregiver hat. I didn't know that I could switch over and be his back to his daughter. And there were certain things that were just, okay, you need to be here at this time, you need to go through this treatment, and it was just kind of a checklist instead of, and not knowing how to communicate and go back to, okay, let's just go back to being father and daughter. And, you know, and this understanding of, we talked about this too, there's so many different kinds of communication or lack of communication, where whether it's through religion or whether it's just through, you know, how the family deals with things, sometimes there are situations where family members won't even ask the questions or want to talk to a doctor about certain things. They just thought maybe that's taboo, or they, you know, are not allowed to say that. And these are things that we kind of want to open that form of communication through this kind of get together. Yeah,
All right, so
and hopefully, you know, make some form of impact with the family themselves.
Absolutely. Okay, so if anybody would like to register for this wonderful event, we certainly suggest that you do. They have an Eventbrite page. The URL is thefamilydiagnosed.eventbrite.com. The number, of course, to call 645-5675, 645-5675. Real quickly, Nancy, we want to say, where can people find your book? Because it's wonderful work.
Thank you. The book will be at the event, and then I know it's also on Amazon, and we're working on getting it in some local places around here.
Very nice.
But also, even if you don't have a chance to register, please don't feel, you know, shy and come by, because all are welcome.
All right. Well, thank you so much, ladies.
Thank you.
We
Thank
do
you.
appreciate it.
Thank you for having us.
All right. Please stay tuned, everyone. We are back right after this.